Welcome to Lovemore Banda Live, sponsored by TN Zunzanyika Associates, quantity surveyors, project managers, construction cost and infrastructure development consultants. I am Lovemore Banda. I hope I find you well. We're also grateful to 4May, the home of bespoke suits, the leading clothiers in the country and abroad. Who do we have today? Our guest is former Cape United and Zimbabwe midfielder, winger, striker. Which one?
Ladies
and gentlemen, please, Alois Bunjira.
Yeah, it's good to be here. Thank you so much.
So, midfielder, in some systems, the midfielder would also be a winger.
Yeah.
But some people also call you a striker. What actually were you? I know who you were, but what were you?
Yeah. I was basically all of that. I think it now changed with the kind of formation that you want. You see, when it's a 4-3-3 formation, I play as a left winger. It's like being a left winger. When it's now a 4-4-2, I play as a outside midfielder. So I'm now a midfielder. But then when you play 4-5-1-1, some other coaches prefer to play me behind the striker. So I became an attacking midfielder. Then a coach like Roger Disa preferred when things are down, when we are looking for goals, he would play me as an outright striker. Play there up front, just stay in the box, get a chance. He knew I didn't miss a lot of chances. So he wanted me in the box when things are down, you know. And then at Cape United, 4-3-3 formation, we never really used to keep our positions really that much.
It would be more
change.
like an inside left.
Yes, but you wouldn't notice, but there were times that we would swap with Stuart. Stuart would be out, I'm in the middle. Yes, there were times like that. If the play takes me inside, Stuart will naturally drift outside until maybe 2, 3, 4, 5 minutes when we have to reset again. But at that particular time, I'll be a striker. But the only coach that really used me as a striker is Roger Disa and Jomo Sono.
In an ideal world, Alois Bunjira sets the team that he will play in. Where would you want to play?
I would play as an attacking midfielder, inside. That's where I grew up playing. I was switched to being a winger by Grabowski when I started playing for. Actually, it started with the Neva Gombera. Neva Gombera is the one who shifted me when we started playing for the under-16. I was small. I was the youngest boy in the team with Norman Lloyd, Gift Mzadzi and them. So I was the youngest and I was very small. So I couldn't play in my usual midfield position. So he played me as a wing for that one season. But when the others graduated to the under-18s, I stayed behind with the under-16s. And I reverted back to my midfield position, number 10. At that time, Stuart was playing number 8, I was playing number 10 in our under-16. Then we got promoted from that team, straight to the first team. From under-16, we went straight to the first team of that team. When I got there, Grabowski now, because I was playing with big boys again, and the midfield was like congested. So he played me wide on the left. So I carried on playing wide on the left for Darren T and for Blackpool as well. And then I came to Cape United. It was the same story. Now people look at me as a winger. But I grew up as a midfielder.
If you are enjoying this conversation, I have bad news for you. We're not continuing with it because I have not brought in Alois today to talk about football. I've brought in Alois today as the founder of what has now become the Netone Albun Honde Valley Marathon.
Yes,
so we're not talking football, unfortunately. We're talking running, long distance running. But you will come back some other time and we'll talk football. So let's talk about the marathon. The Albun Marathon. Albun is Alois Bunjira. Alois and the Ban Bunjira. So the Albun Marathon.
It's Albun. But the Chirunguru is Albun.
Albun, yeah.
It's Albun.
As in the Albun Football Academy.
Yeah. How
did it begin? What made you have a marathon of all things?
It started with football actually. By the way, the Albun was a name that was coined by my cousin Gibson Mapiza. He is now working in Kenya. I wanted to call it Bunjik's Fitness Club, you know. And then he came out with like, Bunjira. He didn't feel it. He didn't feel it. Then he was like, why don't you just call it Albun? Hey, then it sounded really cool. You know, it sounded really cool. That's how I came up with Albun Football Academy and Albun Fitness Club. So those are two other organizations I ran outside of the whole Alois Bunjira Fitness Club and the football issues. But coming back to your question, it started with football. Obviously, we train every day, we run. So I got into this mode of running, like doing road work, kudara, sagata, every day in the morning. I think the person that really inspired me to do that was Kenneth Jere. When we were growing up, we grew up in Chitungwiza, and he was already playing for Dynamos. And in the mornings, taenda kumunda, makusenseni. Saka taimukira, makuseni sata mwendo chikoro kana kuti weekend ye taimukira. So taenda kudhuze nekwachikwana uku, kune road yekuenda kwachikwana kudhuze neku St Mary's police station. Ndokwangu ine munda wedu wangwati padhuze nemain road, So tirima makusenseni, tetona Kenneth Jere akatopfeka tracksuit yake Dynamos.
Computer.
Yeah, computer, yeah. Trainer. So when we were growing up, we looked up to him, and time was radio. Kenneth Jere and it is one of my shops. And it was exciting. Then so we thought, we believed we Dom Shonga. Dom Shonga Bora, play Bora, So Takatanga it as a roadway. Time actually 12, Tanda to Manya, roadway. So it just got into my blood to that. I have to be fit when I play football, and I carried on with that into my career. And when I was in South Africa, now I was like enjoying that kind of physical fitness work. So I started joining people that are doing their advanced university. There was a group of guys who used to just come and train aerobics. In the gym, they run out, then come and do aerobics at the gym. So I enjoyed that. I actually joined them before training. So I would go and run, do aerobics, then go to training at 4 with Bidvest Vets. So it just got into my. But when I retired, I came here. I was no longer playing football. So to keep me fit, I had to keep running. So I joined the gym, and at the gym I joined the aerobics class, and I was now running on my own during the week. So with social media, so we just used to post, like content creation, post our workouts and everything. And people started asking me, I saw you training, can I come and train with you? I saw you training, I saw you that exercise that we were doing. Can you show me again? Can you send me the video? That's when I decided, you know what, instead of all the people just asking me separately, why don't I form a group so that I can do it with a group. So anybody who wants the fitness exercises, who wants to join me, come join my group. So I formed that WhatsApp group, Albun Fitness Club, and that's how it started. So we started working out together, and then that passion for the appetite for running long distance came to me again. I started joining the marathons. Now, whenever I hear there was a marathon here, I would go and join. Whenever I hear for the marathon, I'll go and run, and I would post and all that. So this one time when I went to Honde Valley, Honde Valley is my hometown. I was born there. I've been there several times. But this time around now, because I was doing a lot of physical training every morning, so I took my kit for training while I was there for that weekend. So on this day, I woke up in the morning early, 6 o'clock, put on my running kit, and I went jogging in the main road. If you have been to Honde Valley, there's only this one main road that goes all the way to Aberfoyle, and the one that goes to Katioti Estate. So I started jogging there. So when I was jogging, I actually felt like it was like a marathon that I'm always taking part in. I was like, but this can be done. And I'm looking around. This is beautiful. This is a beautiful place. And of all the marathons that I have taken part in, I'd never been on a road or a track that was as beautiful as I was in at that particular moment. Then that's when I decided, you know what, but the marathon can be done here, So when I came back, I took my phone, I took pictures and of myself, selfies. So I posted in that group of mine that I'm in Honde Valley, this is what is happening, this is a nice place, I think we can do a marathon. So a lot of the guys agreed with me that we can actually do a marathon. So I joined, I got the guys that I thought they were experienced in organizing marathons. We formed a separate group and we discussed about how we can start a marathon in Honde Valley. Everybody agreed that it was the best place to do a marathon. People wondering why nobody ever discovered this place. I was like, yeah, I discovered it. So I'm here now. Yeah, so we started thinking, what can we do? Then we just started, it's Albun Honde Valley Marathon. That's how it is. So we put up flyers, electronic flyers, advertising the marathon. We didn't have any sponsor at that particular time, but we thought the marathon was just going to happen. It was supposed to happen with people that really wanted to run. No prizes, nothing. We're just going to go and do the Honde Valley Marathon. But when we posted, that's when people started getting interested. I want to come and join. I want to. So that's we changed. We made it like a real proper marathon where people actually subscribed, and people started subscribing. And at that time, we didn't even have that the sponsorship, but we just wanted to do the marathon for the fun of it and to just showcase Honde Valley. So that's how we started this marathon.
When you said when you were running there, it didn't feel like the other marathons that you had run before. Which marathons had you been before? I've
been to almost every marathon. I've been to Vumba. I've been to Vic Falls Marathon. I have been to Lake Harvest Marathon in Kariba. I've done Great Zimbabwe. I've done a lot more here in Harare. The First Mutual, the Msavunda Marathon. Msavunda has got different marathons in Zimbabwe. I think he's got about 4 per year marathons. Then there's also Eve's Fitness Marathons, the Mazoe Marathon, and she was also the one who was running the Lake Harvest Marathon in Kariba as well. So I've been attending all this, even Hub Harare Athletics, not Hub, Harare Athletics Club, but they do a lot of marathons there by old Georgians. So I take part in those as well. I do attend a lot of marathons.
South Africa is almost like your second home.
Yeah.
You have not done Comrades? You have not done 2 Oceans?
No. I haven't done that. Even all these marathons.
You're scared of.
Even all these marathons, I don't do 42. My maximum is 21.
So the half marathon.
Yeah, I don't do the.
You don't want to do 90?
No, I don't want to do that.
Or 50?
I don't want, but I'm going to organize a sort of an ultra marathon in
Ironman.
Yes, I'm going to organize one soon. As well, probably as early as next year. We're going to have 2 different marathons, one full marathon and one ultra marathon.
Where?
I'll let you know.
We're talking to Alois Bunjira. We are not discussing football, although we would love to. But we're talking about the Netone Albun Honde Valley Marathon. We will be back. You're watching Lovemore Banda Live, sponsored by TN Zinzanyeka Associates, quantity surveyors, project managers, construction cost and infrastructure development consultants. We're talking to Alois Bunjira, who runs the Netone Albun Honde Valley Marathon, which is on this Saturday. Alois, you decide now that you will have the marathon in Honde Valley and you're organizing it. How do the sponsors get in? What is the story there?
You know, I think this was like a calling. If you ask me, because when we started advertising for the marathon, we didn't even know which doors to knock, to get sponsorship. But then, lucky enough, one of the guys that is on my Facebook profile was most of the marketing. We were doing it on my Facebook page. So he's a guy who works for First Mutual Microfinance, Mr. Mandea, Brighton Mandea. So he saw the advert for the marathon. He is also from Honde Valley. he is also an ardent marathon runner as well. He was doing what I was doing. So we used to meet kumangoma marathon, but so now he calls me and says, we saw this marathon that you're advertising. It's a very good marathon. How can we be part of this marathon as an organization, as First Mutual? Then I'm like, oh, that's brilliant. So he said, you can come to our office, we can discuss this marathon. Then I said, okay, no problem. Then we went. I went with my two administrators, Andrew and Brenda, and we sat and we agreed, and they said that they were going to supply the regalia for the marathon as our partners. Then we were like, hey, at least we've got a partner. The marathon can now run with proper regalia. So we agreed on that, and that's when we got the energy now to start knocking on doors, starting to send my partnership request letters. You know, remember I'm saying partnership, not sponsorship, right? Yeah, partnership request letters. Whoever wanted to give them the advantages, what they can get from the marathon if the partner asks. So slowly, a few came in, like some friends. There was Abwa came in, and we had Sif properties giving us, promising us water, and we had a few other corporates. We had Valley Lodges. Valley Lodges was our head office, because we were staying there in Wonder Valley. They also came in as a
like
partner.
a hospitality partner.
Yes, exactly. So we were good to go, you know. So I think towards the day of the marathon, I think it was about like 3 weeks to go to the marathon. That's when Netone came in. You know, that's when Netone came in, and they actually, what happened was my brother's friend, who is a doctor, my cousin's friend, who is a doctor in town. You know, my brother instructed me to go and give. He needed some money to do some work at his house in Bindura. So he needed some money to be paid, for the builders to be paid in Bindura, and he works with the other. My brother is also a doctor. They were working together in Bindura at that time. So he said I should go and give that doctor in town, so that he knows the builders. The builders will come and collect money from him. So I had to take money to go and give to the doctor. So when I was with the doctor, that's when Dr. Joe of Chinoimo, then we started talking, you know, naturally we started talking, we started discussing sport. Then he was like, but I saw the marathon that you're advertising, how is it going? You know, then I told him, it's going strong, but we don't have prizes yet. But people are just registering, but some are complaining what is the price, so people are doubtful about the marathon. But us, as my group, we are just going to do the marathon whether there's prize or not. It's just a marathon, because I've seen some marathon without prizes anyway. So we just want to go and enjoy ourselves, you know. Then he said, but have you spoken to Netone? You know, then I said, no, I haven't spoken to Netone. That's when he said, I'm friends with the guys at Netone. Maybe you can go and try. So he gave me a number that I called, and it was received very well. You know, I don't know if I should say out the exactly what happened, but I wouldn't want to say that. But in case we don't know the protocols there, you know. So I received a call the next day that we should come to Netone, and as soon as we got there, and the GM was there, and the PR ladies and marketing, and the first thing that they did was we won the marathon and we won the naming rights. We wanted it to be called Netone. So we were like, okay, yeah, so what's on the table? They gave us what's on the table, but they said, you see, this is the end of the year. We don't have the full budget for this, but we want this marathon. We can grow together. You know, we're like, okay, fine. But we had a principal sponsor right there, so we agreed right there that they are taking over as the principal sponsor, and we had the courtesy to also call First Mutual, it's First Mutual, to call them to let them know that we have got another partner that is going to be. So we agreed that they will both be on our tops. So Netone is the principal sponsor, and First Mutual on the chest, and Urban Fitness on the right. So we agreed, and that's what happened. And the arrangement still persists. Now the arrangement is still there. That if you see this year's tops is still Netone, First Mutual, and Urban Fitness. Yeah, but we have since gotten other sponsors. But that's how Netone came in. And then when people started hearing that Netone is in, Netone was like a magnet as well. And because other corporates started coming in, and we then approached CAG buses. They came in a big way. They gave us a bus to transport our runners from Harare to Honde Valley, which was a plus for us. And suddenly with Netone coming in, we now had prize money for the winners, and we publicized the prize money. That's when people started registering. People love money, yeah? That's when people started registering and everything, and before you know it, the marathon was huge and big, and a whole lot of people got involved, and a lot of companies, and it was actually awesome. Even Nyaradzo came in a big way. They gave us toilets, they gave us the bus, they gave us tents as well. At the end of the day, companies just came in and like, we can do this, we can do that. So our first marathon suddenly was actually a big success, and we really enjoyed it. I never thought it was going to be that successful, but we got about 337 official runners, and for a first marathon out in Honde Valley. You know, this is like a place in the corner, but it's golden, eh? But it's a place in the corner of the country, but people traveled to see this jewel of Zimbabwe.
So this arrangement with Netone, is there a time period to it that there will be your principal sponsor for 5 years, 10 years, or are you taking it year by year?
No, we're taking it year by year. We're taking it year by year. There's no time frame. We're taking it year by year, and they are happy. You know, by the way we talk, it will be like, next year we want to do this, next year we should do that. You know, it started even last year after the marathon. They were already talking, so what are we going to do next year? Points of improvement here and there. So it's year by year, but probably there will come a time where we will have to sit down and talk about agreeing on a time frame, because it keeps growing bigger. You know, when it keeps growing bigger, there's a lot of attention, and obviously there will be a whole lot of other issues that go into this situation. So there shall be a time, I think, that we need to get down to that.
I thought you were using your experience as a football player, that you don't want to be tied down to a long-term contract.
No.
In case you score too many goals and a bigger team comes calling.
No, I'm a very loyal person by nature. I'm a very loyal person. Remember, before we started the show, I was already telling I don't want to leave Harare, I want to stay here. That's my nature. I stayed at Pitfest Vets for a long time. I was here at Darrenty. I only left Darrenty because it was banned and went defunct. And I don't think I was going to leave Darrenty if Darrenty had not been banned. You know, I'm naturally like that. So I did this move too much. You know. So as long as we're getting along, I don't see us separating. It may be them. They can decide that they want to move. But as long as we're getting along well, I don't know if I can decide to move. Because for me, the biggest priority is not the partnership. No, it's not the partnership. My biggest priority is Honde Valley. What we are showcasing is my biggest priority. Tourism in Honde Valley, showcasing Honde Valley, traveling and tourism, wellness. That's the foundation of this whole thing, wellness and fitness as well. So those are much more important than the partnership. You know, so I would rather stick where I am and make sure that we improve on what we are trying to do, showcasing Honde Valley as the fastest growing tourism destination in the country.
You're watching Lovemore Banda Live, sponsored by TN Zunzanyika Associates. I'm talking to Alois Bunjira. We're discussing the Netone Albun Honde Valley Marathon. We will be back. Welcome to the third segment of Lovemore Banda Live, sponsored by TN Associates, quantity surveyors, project managers, construction cost and infrastructure development consultants. I'm talking to Alois Bunjira, former midfielder, winger, striker, whatever you want to call him, but don't call him a defender, don't call him a goalkeeper. He was never in any of those positions.
No.
Well, not publicly.
No.
Not publicly. Not famously.
Wait a minute. Yeah, not famously, yes. do you know a story, one story about me? In primary school, when I was in grade 6, I was playing for the first team. I was playing up front, but for the second team, I was the goalkeeper. That was in grade 6. In grade 5, in the second team, I was the captain and the center back. I played center back in the second team. In primary school, the whole year, we actually won the league. I was number 5. Then I graduated to the first team in that grade 6. And I was now playing as a striker, midfielder, like now. I was playing as a midfielder, striker. But the end, I know it's a goalkeeper or second team. The thing about it, it's a goalkeeper or second team. Those on Tamam cards. First.
So we have Alois Bunjira creating and making the goals himself at a higher level and stopping them at a lower level. But we're talking the Netone Albun Honde Valley Marathon. Now, it's a great job you're doing, the ecotourism, there's the sports tourism, domestic tourism. Yeah. Are you looking at, if you haven't done it, partnering Zimbabwe Tourism Authority, for example?
I'll be open with you. We tried to engage ZTA last year, but it was futile. They were just not interested, in what we were doing. I wondered why, because this was like directed their doorstep. This was like their baby. You get what I mean? But they just ignored us. They were just not interested. From pillar to post, we started with ZTA here in Harare. They couldn't give us a response. It's not like we wanted money from them. That we just wanted support. Because this is your baby, we need support. And the right to Batsira for the adverts, for advertising the place and everything, because we actually created a hashtag visit Honde Valley, in which it was aligned to what with their hashtag visit Zimbabwe. So for us, I thought it was actually a ZTA baby, but they didn't come along. We takatosvika pakutoita event without even a shadow or without even any presence.
So
ZTA
you've given up
in that. No, we didn't. We didn't really give up. We started again this year. The different CEO this year. They changed the CEO. We reached out to the CEO, to the new one. Again, we got the same shoulder, and it was weird, to be honest. This guy, we thought now, because we held a big marathon last year, we thought now with the way we were talking about Honde Valley as a tourist destination, and you see those other actors, the British actors, was it British actors, American, that came to Honde Valley. They actually came to Honde Valley and highlighted Honde Valley a lot. We thought that could actually trigger some action.
The guys who ran the motoring show?
Yes, I think so, yes, those ones. So we thought it was going to trigger some action because we were right there, and nothing, So I personally gave up. I personally gave up until, I think about 2 weeks ago. 2 weeks ago, that's when one of our administrators said they got a call from ZTA in Mutare. ZTA in Mutare. They said that they wanted to come and exhibit, because we've got a business exhibition at the marathon. They wanted to come and exhibit. Then we said, okay, they can come, and we asked the administrator to write the requirements, what we need to do and everything. And I don't know what is the situation right now, if they have committed to being part of it. But personally, I felt it was their baby. It's one event that they couldn't afford to snap, because ours is involving, and ours is it's about the community. Everybody, you know, it's about everybody getting involved in the situation. It's not like it's Netone. You know, Netone even understands that this is not about Netone. They are the principal sponsors, but everyone has got to buy in. Everybody can come and chip in a different corporate day. Whoever wants to partner will come and say, I need to go on fruits and go on lemon. Don't waste on this or gazebo. I mean, do it as a gem. You know, got a gem. Look at the gem. You know, like now we've got so many corporates that came on this year, and I'm very excited about it.
Alois, what has been the impact on the Honde Valley socioeconomic life of the Netone Albun Honde Valley Marathon? I know that there have been all these adverts, people advertising their homes. So clearly there is a boost there in terms of people making money from their homes for the nights that the runners will be there. What else has impacted the community because of what you did?
Obviously, the transport system as well, because some people will be getting into their cars and into the buses that go to Honde Valley. And from Mtare, from Nyanga, from Blawayo, people are already coming to Honde Valley. So buses that operate in Honde Valley, they are also taking advantage of the marathon. And the vendors are excited. I'm popular with the vendors out there. You know, when I'm driving along the main road, I stop by the Musiga there, by Murara, they come to me.
Get free bananas.
I'm very popular. They love it. So everybody knows about the marathon. They're actually waiting because they know that all those people are going to buy bananas, they're going to buy lychees, zimbe, they're going to buy potatoes, madumbe. You know, madumbe is our unique crop in Manigaland.
Magogoya.
Yes, Magogoya. Yes, they know that people are going to buy these things in bulk as well. Last week, guys, you need to stock. You need to stock. Majanje, my lychee, my orange, my pineapple, you know, my ananas, we call them ananas. You know, everyone must stock because there will be people, they know that. And obviously the lodges, like you said, the lodges, I think like Valley Lodges was full 2 months ago. It was already full for that weekend. And I'm actually told Montclair is full. Trotbeck is full on that weekend. Aberfoyle is full. Bronsbury, St. Downer, all those close by lodges.
And then all those
are
pine
actually
cottage.
full. Yes.
Yeah.
So
in all those places.
exactly. So all the lodges that are close by in the Eastern Islands, I think they are benefiting from the marathon. That's economy. But above all, it's the economy of tourism economy. It's not everyone who is coming there will decide to go next year. Vega nemhuri dzavana vaparuka vachimhanya anoya ari ega kana mubembe nemukadzi wake uvati our kids need to come and see this as well. They will come on their own, and that's tourism for us. Because and then business, when they come, there are opportunities that they can see. Apa panoda kuiswa kana kabrai area panapa, apa panoda kuiswa ka bottle store, apa panoda kachisa nyama apo, apa padiyo ka lodge. And like now people have discovered that akuna lodge mashoma. We have exposed the area that akuna accommodation.
Yes.
Honde Valley. Saka vanhu vakutoziziva kuti guys Honde Valley akuna accommodation. So with the influx of people, especially even for next year's event, which I believe is going to be even bigger, there is need for accommodation. Saka vanhu vatori nemnyati vakutoigadzira dzimba dzavo so. You know, so right now hauna chaimo tina Limpopo Lodge, we've got Pagotwe Lodge, Valley Lodges, and Betania Lodges. Those are the only the 4 lodges that we have. But the other 3 are fairly small. But I'm glad that at Pagotwe Lodge they're actually extending, and it was a push from the marathon, direct from the marathon that you need. They are now extending. I think they're building about 8 more units, you know, for accommodation, which is brilliant for us. You know, it's what we have contributed to the economy of Honde Valley. Be over and above that, just the brand.
The
Honde
buzz
Valley.
about Honde Valley.
Just the buzz. Vanhu vasingakuzivi. Vanhu vakutotarisa pamepu zokuti imbori kupi kuHonde Valley iyoyi. Iri kungotaurwa iyoyi iri kupi. Saka vanhu vakutotarisa pamepu vachitarisa vachiona, and then with the pictures that we just highlighted the brand, and by the time we go there you won't be disappointed because we've got everything in Honde Valley. That we've got the rivers, we've got the mountains, we've got the valley, we've got the waterfalls, we've got the cataracts, we've got the dams,
Climate.
we've got the climate, we've got the indigenous trees, we've got the most exquisite different types of birds in Honde Valley. So it's everything. Honde Valley is life.
We have talked about the impact on the community, but just again the race, 300 and something last year.
Yes.
What's the field like this year?
We have already surpassed 750. You know, we earmarked 300 because we saw the bars we can actually have. So we say 300. So when we watched the intake, we would tell, guys, 300 is not going to show them. So then we pushed to 700.
You had more than 300 last year.
We had 337.
So you wanted 300 only
We wanted
this
600.
Year? Oh, okay.
We wanted 600. Yes.
Oh, like doubling.
It's not going to show 600. Got 700. You know. So by the time we got there, that's when we said, let's close registration. 20 December, or was it November 16 was our closing date. But by the time we got there, 700. But we said, guys, I think to know 700. Then when we opened, it went haywire. It went 12 in 12 hours. We had hit 750. And then we said, guys, we closed. And for us 48 hours, but within 12 hours, let's close. People started crying. But we had to explain my medals in advance. So my medals was like now. It's too late because my medals and 750 Tana 700, but usually it's no gathering extra.
Yes.
You know, in case. You know, Sakapano Zuita my gifts, my VIP guests over my
mementos, yeah.
Yes, but this time I'm actually because the number expand. If I do 750 over calling over to Pindamune, my extras there and extra. Sakatine 750. So people still complained at that 750, and we decided let's open again for another few hours. But now we have to tell people register you won't get medals, but you will get respect and everything else, but you won't get any medals. And people are happy with that.
Going forward, where do you want to take the Albun Honde Valley Marathon?
Obviously, we are achieving the goals that we set out to achieve, to showcase Honde Valley. We have done that, especially here in the country. So we want to go international. We want to go international. We want this to be an international race. I'm glad that we have got three Kenyans that are participating in this event, and probably one Zambian, so which is quite good for us. I'm happy we have got one lady, the Kenyan. We will be highlighting her a lot because she's going to be our brand ambassador in Kenya. So we want to go international because our terrain, we've got the best terrain in the country, and the elevation gain is about 1,100 meters above sea level, and elevation lost into the valley, over 1,200 elevation lost. So we pride ourselves of having the best terrain. You know, no race in Zimbabwe crosses that many rivers. For the 42 kilometers, they actually cross 5 rivers. You know, they go up, they go down, cross the river, you go up, you meander, you go down, you cross the river, and in thick bush, green, and you can see water. You look this way, you see a dam there, you run 1 kilometer, you're crossing a river. It's beautiful in the tea estates. You know, the tea estates are just amazing, you know. So we want to go international and sell this. We want people to actually come. For those that do Comrades Marathon, this is the perfect place to practice your marathon. When you are in Zimbabwe, it's a perfect place. And we also want to make sure that we have been talking to NAS, the National Athletics Association of Zimbabwe, that we want to be accredited as a qualifier for the Comrades Marathon and 2 Oceans in South Africa. as well. So people can actually compete in our races knowing that if they hit the good times, they can qualify for the Comrades Marathon using our marathon. And our terrain best suits that. If you can run in Wonder Valley, you can conquer Comrades.
Alois, thank you very much for coming to Lovemore Banda Live. It was good talking to you. But I cannot let you go without asking you about football again.
Yeah.
Zifa elections.
Yeah.
We understand that you may have tampered with, played around with, toyed around with the idea of running for presidency.
Yeah.
Tell us.
Yeah, the idea is still there because it was killed temporarily by the issues that were happening, the banning of the country, the dissolution of the executive committee, the national, the normalization committee coming in, and everything was shrouded in doubt, in the darkness, was cloudy. So I took a step back, yes, but now that it looks like things are now going straightforward, and I still want to do it, not for myself, but for football. I believe that I've got a lot to offer football, and I am thinking of picking up the nomination papers and getting there and offer my services to Zimbabwe football. Yes, I want to do it, like for Zimbabwean football. It has been a painful journey. It has been a painful last few years or last decades, seeing football dying in Zimbabwe. I've got an academy. I've seen with my own eyes youngsters that are hitting a brick wall because there are no structures in football. I've seen careers of young, talented boys just getting destroyed, gone. Boys started doing other things besides playing football because there was just nowhere to go, because there were no structure. But I want to make things right.
We understand that money may still do the talking in these elections as it has done in the past. Beg ribere.
No, I don't do beg. My currency is my knowledge, my integrity, and what I can bring to the table. If they decide to go for begging and sacrifice football, then there's nothing that I can do. You know, I'm not there to say, guys, I've got money in the Pinzeyo. No, in Ndrugu, guys, I've got ideas in Pinzeyo. You see, my ideas. I want to change football. I want football to change. I want football to grow. I want football to be where it's supposed to be. I've seen it decline. I've been through this, and I'm a product of good development. And I can actually develop and make how I was developed even better, because I was developed years ago. So now there are better ways to actually do it, but the template is still the same. The template is still the same. I've traveled, I've been to Germany, I've been to Poland, I've been to Slovakia, I've been to America, I've been to South Africa, all because of football, and I've seen what successful nations do when it comes to football and its development. And this is the mandate of the Zimbabwe Football Association. They are responsible for development of football in the country. So that's what I wanna do. I wanna play a part in this thing. You know, about money, if that's what they want, I've got integrity. I've got integrity. I don't buy votes, but I can put myself on the table, and for the development of football, I'm there. I'm the currency. I'm the money.
Ndruguya. Right, Alois, we know you're not going to run in the marathon because you'll be too busy with the background and all that behind the scenes.
Okay, yes.
And in any case, you said you only ran 21 kilometers. So
yeah, I'm not running.
Even if you're going to run, you can't.
No, at my own marathon, I don't run.
42.2.
No, I don't run.
And then also, even if you did 42.2, we don't think you'd win. So
yeah,
what we have decided to do is we give you your medal now.
Okay. I've got my own medal. Woo!
You can lift it. It's a cake.
Okay. All right. Okay. Let me see. Ah. Guys, look at this now. I've got my own medal here. The Netone Albun Honde Marathon medal.
And congratulations.
Thank you so much.
For coming up with this idea.
Yeah.
And all the best with the 2024 Netone Albun Marathon.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Do you know what this is, the picture? These rocks.
No.
This is a symbol for Honde Valley. If you want to talk about Honde Valley, you cannot talk about Honde Valley without talking about these rocks.
That's the Statue of Liberty.
Yes, they're called Mawe Masimike.
Or the Big Ben.
Yeah, they're called Mawe Masimike. Mawe akagadzikwa pamusoro.
Yes.
Yeah. And
like the balancing rocks on the money.
Yes. So this is the symbol for Honde Valley.
And do you know what this cake is?
No.
What flavor it is?
It sounds like, what's this? What's called strawberry?
We asked the A1 and it told us about carrot cake.
Oh, it's carrot. It's smelling nice.
You have been watching Lovemore Banda Live, sponsored by TN Sunzanyika Associates. We're also grateful to 4May, the home of bespoke suits. I am Lovemore Banda. It was good to have you along.